Hey guys, today we're gonna be playing a game called Layers of Fear. I know my chat is not working that good right now, but that's okay. We can work around it. So this is supposedly a horror game, and I'm gonna be playing it. I'm gonna be playing a horror game, guys. So let's get this thing started, man. Oh, stretching. Let's get the pants scared off of me. Can't, I don't think that's gonna happen, but let's get the shit scared out of me, man. It's whatever, I don't give a fuck. Huh. Scary game. I'm effing blind, so I need to turn this up, man. Empty, empty, empty. Like my soul. Let's do this. I had to click on it. Layers of Fear is a unique, immersive game experience in which every decision affects the narrative. As in life, it is the doors you open, the memories you take with you, and the shadows you explore that you will define who you are. This may be our game, but it is your journey. Okay? I don't care. I turned off my webcam because it was messing with my computer.
I know how you must feel. Lost, alone, hopeless.
True.
You probably deserve it.
Thanks.
Even for you, there is still
Thank you.
a way to bring it all back. The one precious thing you ever truly desired. Finish it.
Every portrait that is painted with feeling is a portrait of the artist, not of the sitter. Whoa, holy crap, that's laggy. That was a baby bum. Huh. Demonetization. there a way of turning down graphics? Settings. Graphics. Quality. Texture quality. Low. An artist triumph. Gallery opening wows critics. Some call him the new Caravaggio. Others compare him to Van Eyck. Van Eyck. And one awestruck critic who wished to remain unnamed went as far as to invoke the to invoke to invoke the spirit of the great Leonardo. Any way you slice it, the exhibition proved an immersive, successful bleep, curse word, distinct style has been praised for its unique combination of Renaissance influences and much progressive techniques. The artist himself attended the event in the company of his beautiful fiancée, looking stunning in her black gown, revealed to use exclusively that the couples are indeed exposing. I'm gonna assume it says exposing. Spacebar. An artist. I can read it. Stupid. I'm not blind. We would like to ask you to cease bothering our pest control specialist, as well as to refrain from sending us any more of your highly inappropriate letters. Uh-oh. I'll have you know that my mother is a respectable woman and does not take kindly to such accusations. All of our employees that visited your house reportedly absolutely no signs of the rodent infestation of any kind, and as such decided not to act further than a prophylactic spraying. Please treat this letter as a final warning, or else the next envelope you'll receive will be from our lawyers. With best regards, Carl Denton, Pesky Pest Pacification Co. What kind of name is that? The name is PPPC. PPC. Um. So this. Is it a clock? Breakdance. It was. I don't know what that time is. Okay. Crap. Let's. I did not. I didn't touch the workshop just like you asked, although I can't imagine the mess that's inside. Also, if you care so much for that room, maybe you should pay more attention to where you leave the keys. I brought them back to your office. Have a nice day. Thanks. Have a nice day, you too. The more I shake it, easier it will open. I guess I have to go upstairs. Um. Scary jump scare. Hello, Mr. Bigfoot baby man. Mr. Bigfoot baby man, everybody. What was that? Okay, so that was in real life, not the game. That scared me really badly. Okay. It's this beautiful thing. Oh! Wait. Jesus. Jesus Christ, man! Sorry, I'll make it up to you. Tonight it's all about you and me. Deets, make it special. You promised. I don't remember promising anything, bud. Why is there so many notes? Been working all night. Don't wake me up. I'm gonna go wake him up.
Stumbling all around, stumbling all around, stumbling all around, so far.
Shut up.
Stumbling here and there, stumbling everywhere, and I must declare, I stepped right on her toes, and when she bumped
Oh. Jesus. Galactic's grand opening in flames. Disastrous fire at the new department store leaves dozens fighting for their lives. The long-awaited opening of the Galactic department store turned into hell on Earth when the building's wiring burst into flames. While the majority of the visitors managed to reach the emergency exits in time, several unfortunate attendees were trapped in the back of the building, having no chance to escape the raging inferno. The exact number of casualties has not been yet been determined, although it's estimated that at least a dozen people have been severely injured. The owner of the Galactic, Ronald Sheffield, has so far declined to comment on today's tragedy events. Well, that sucks, but did I ask? Just some boots and stuff? At least there's no bodies. Nope. Ah! Jesus, is he an alcoholic? Where's that me? One of the... This is gonna be fun. We're gonna find a dead body, aren't we? Let's go, boys. I'll help them bury it, okay? I'll help the paintings bury it. I'll help the paintings bury the body. I can't open you. Grr. Okay. Okay. Is this my daughter's room or someone's daughter's room? It's just like a random person's. What did you drawing? I can't look at it. Thanks, bud. What's this drawing? Looks like the girl, the dad, and the mom. That's a pretty good drawing, man. It's better than I could ever do. Um, where are the paintings? Where are the demonic paintings? What are these paintings, man? Like, another baby man on the picture frame? Oh my god, the live stream photo is the baby man. This looks like a former US president on the body of a bear? Ah, Jesus. Now it's just a baby with a man's head. I'm gonna be careful because some of these pictures could contain nudity. That wasn't open. Sorry to interrupt bath time, man. I'm sorry. One below knee prosthesis. How the hell did they get up the... If somebody can tell me what this says. I can't read cursive that great. Please. I know, how the hell did they get up the... How the hell did they catch up to the landlord? What? Whoops. Okay. I better not be finding some drugs in here, man. Rat poison. Yummy. Yummy. I'm being really retarded and I need to stop. Oh, I didn't go in here. Just leave it outside. Oh, a little closet. Oh! That didn't scare me, but I saw it at the last moment. But geez, that's a little overkill, don't you think? 50 rat traps for one rat. Okay. Let's go in here first. Paint everywhere, man. What's this? Paintbrushes. I thought those were pencils. We'll wait for that. Alcohol. More alcohol. Can I? Locked. Locked. Let me guess. Locked. Yep. Pencils. Paint things. Note. I'm so sick and tired of us talking through these notes. We live in the same house, for God's sake. Come talk to me when you're done before you go to sleep. That's how I imagine he read it. He wrote it, and then that's how he intended it to be read. Maps? special. Nothing special I see, really. Open it. One sec, I need to do something real quick. Paint, pencils. Ow! That would have hurt. That would have hurt really a lot. I might turn on my webcam for this actually. Hey guys. My heart's going. My heart is definitely going. Okay, guys. I'm gonna try to fix this problem. Okay. Ready, guys? Ah! What's so scary about that? It's just a painting. Oh, scary. Fire. It's very dumb. Nothing special that I see. If you guys see something and I miss, tell me. Oh, I don't remember being out here. The tone just dropped a lot. Can't go in there. What did it? I'm locked. I'm stuck in here. Who's that? Oscar Wilde. What am I supposed to do? I can't do anything. I'm stuck in here. No, I'm not. Why? Why do they keep shutting on me? We don't need them shut on me now, do we? Dang it! That actually got me. Holy crap. Oh, that actually fucking got me. Oh my god. I started a new stream now. You might not see it yet, but I started a new one. Alright. Everyone left the last stream. That's alright. That's alright. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Anything in here I need? Nope. Alright. What? It changed. Why is it changing? No. This is like Silent Hill all over again. That image does not look like appropriate family-friendly content. The mystery. Did she shut the piano on my fingers? I'm gonna shut the piano on your fingers. See how you feel. Going and... Shut up! I don't care. Did I ask? The answer is no. Dear Sir and Madam, we must kindly labit strongly urge you to keep your voices down during the night. Your mental problems, while regrettable, are a private matter and should remain that way. They are certainly of no concern to us, and especially our children. Please consider that not everyone is a freelance artist. Some of us want a pet early and work for a living. We need our sleep. We must also warn you that if things continue this way they are now, you will be forced to call the police. Sincerely, your finally tired neighbor. What happened during the nighttime? The music just stopped. Don't you dare! I swear! None of the doors will listen to me. You know what? Pay your taxes or get out. Stop it. More documents. Paint. People say this game is so scary. It's not scary. Save the date of and request the pleasure of your company to celebrate their wedding on Saturday, the 9th of June at St. Luke's Chapel at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I think I missed it. I'm sorry, guys. I'll send you a letter after what I figured out what I did. Then I'll send you a letter. I promise. Crap. Stay open, stupid goddamn doors. Nothing that I see that concerns me at all. How are you guys doing? Um, Here, I have a guess. One, two, three. One, two, three. Uno, dos, tres. I don't know how I'm gonna figure that out, but I'm gonna have to. Can these stupid voices shut up? I know you're telling me to have a mental breakdown, but shut up. Am I stuck? Pull. Push. Well, that's great. We're stuck in here now. Five, four, eight. Okay. The past holds back. Look
The
closer.
thought alone that the most beautiful piece of art doesn't have my name on it is killing me. So,
Hopefully not.
will you marry me?
That's the worst proposal I have ever seen. What is this? Oh my god. I thought they were unborn birthing that motherfucker. I still can't open the door, so what do they want me to do? Is there more candles I need to light up? Oh, that's new. The doors can't seem to stay open for 5 goddamn seconds. You've been snooping around my workshop again. For the last time. You are not allowed in that room, even if the door happens to open. I forbid it. This is your last warning. Next time you'll have to look for a new job, and you'll have to look for a grave. Who's in the chair? Get out of my chair. Please? It's a pretty nice fire, man. Okay. Oh my God! I was expecting a jump scare, but not then. I can't see anything. Oh, there's some stairs. Kick. Kick it, kick it, kick it. Oh. Mwah. Gotta lighten up the mood a little bit. What was that? Oh, probably the floor. Or psychotic painting. Or the floor. What was it wanting me to do? Can I still not go upstairs? Oh, I'm dumb. There's a lever. What do you know? There's the same painting. Why do we have so many of that painting? Why can't we mix it up a little bit? Why is there so many dead babies? It's freaking ridiculous, man. What is that? Paint deep lies. Okay. Was that a rat? Where? Probably ran into the fire. It's pretty normal. Or is that him? They keep running into the fire! Are you dumb? They keep wrecking my art. What's wrong, miss? Do you need a hug? 'Cause I need a hug. Can't open it. Okay, now this just reminds me of the Silent Hill game.
Hello. It's about time for us to talk, don't you think? I mean, I've seen you in my house so many times, and yet I could never find the courage to face you directly. Not until now.
What happened and what did I do? Now this just looks like the Silent Hill game. Do you agree or do you agree? Next time I turn this corner, there's gonna be a bathroom, and I'm gonna go into it, and I'm gonna get jump scared. Why did it just stop? Let's do this. Can't open that. Let's try this door. Jeez. Why is my house so dirty, messed up? I need to stop being an alcoholic. Okay, so what do I need to do? What do I keep stepping on? Open, shut. Am I peeing? It sounds like I'm peeing. Okay. Open, open. Just open everything. What's that? Too thick for the scale. Too thick. Dummy thick. Dummy thick. Dummy thick. Okay. Still can't open that. Can I go out the door I came in? Maybe, maybe not. No. So what do I need to do? Do I need to get in the oven? Is this like Hansel and Gretel? Get in the oven now! Or else die. Or else face the consequences. Like what? Dying and then getting in the oven? Well, can I read that? Minced mice starving me out. Chunky, lunky carcasses constantly sick. That's not good. I think, honestly, this dude needs to see a doctor. If I'm gonna be straightforward with you. Still locked? Oh my god! Oh my! Jesus. Not the garlic! Honestly, that made me choke a little bit. Can someone turn on the lights? I have to do myself. Someone's gotta clean this up, and it's not gonna be me. Do I need to go here? No. I can't see freaking anything. What do I do if I can't see anything at all? What is that? I saw something. What do I do? Seriously, I can't hear. I can't see anything, I meant. Not hearing. Do I sort of just gotta like wander around and stuff? This is what they're doing, man. Okay, so I'm gonna get up against this wall, feel around a little bit. Is the door shut? Yep. Okay. That's what it looks like. At least that's what it does look like. Am I gonna make it out the door? Where's the exit? Hello, I am the door. I think it has something to do in here. Oh, what's that? Can I look at anything?
First, I looked for a canvas.
That took a long
Not
time.
just any canvas. I had to find a knife. Not one of those bread ones. It needed to be as sharp as a razor. So I used a razor, in fact, and then carefully flayed the skin. Booze helped keep my hand steady.
That's really effed up. That's really messed up. Oh, I can open it finally, man. Now I can actually see. Did I commit murder and then chop off their skin and organs to make art? If I did, that's really messed up. What? Shapeless streams. What? What did I do? Cat! I saw a cat. No, nothing. Hate, even now, lost, you deserve it. Finish it. Oh, it's flamingos. I didn't see that. That's kind of cool. And I think that's a good place to leave it off till tomorrow. I will see you guys later.